So here's what I thought we'd do next. OK, well, with this partial U-turn, surely Liz Truss has to sack Kwasi Kwarteng. Is there any way that Kwasi Kwarteng can possibly survive? So that's the plan. I think I'll just run that by the political editor Theo Usherwood live on air and see what he thinks about the plan for the second part of the programme today. Theo, what do you reckon? I would do a vote on it. We could have texts coming in. We could have a poll on Twitter. Can Kwarteng survive? Should Truss get rid of him? You like it?
I think that's probably the way you should head, James, because I'm multitasking whilst I'm in the presenter chair, copying you, cool. And I've just been I've just been WhatsApping with my contacts in number 10, and is Kwasi getting the sack? Do you know what the reply was?
Come on.
I can't answer that.
Okay.
Read into that what you want. Look, the Times are reporting that the Chancellor has been.
Well, I can't
sacked.
do it as a topic then, can I? The Times are reporting that he's gone.
Well, I was trying to be
upbeat.
Encouraging. I was trying to weave you into the story that
I'm only in Birmingham, mate. Don't speak as if I'm in some sort of outer ring of civilization. It's beautiful here.
I know, Birmingham's a stunning city. I was in there only a couple of weeks ago.
For the Conservative Party conference, that's probably what Liz Truss would call the good old days.
Your words, not mine.
Yes.
But the point I'm making is that it does, from my reading, what I'm getting is that it does appear that the Chancellor is in the process of being deposed of his duties.
So he's landed. He's got back to the office, and his sandwiches have been wrapped. So do you think there's a box outside the office with this computer in it? And I bet he's got some of those ball bearings. You know, the clicky ball bearings on strings that go click, click, click. Do you know the ones I mean?
Yeah.
He's probably this all in a cardboard box waiting for him outside the office. When might we expect that to be confirmed? Stephen Swinford at the Times is very, very unlikely to have gone with this unless he is absolutely certain of his sources.
We'll have it. I'm sure we'll have it confirmed fairly shortly.
Before the press conference?
Yes.
Before Sheila Fogarty gets into the studio?
You want something for your show, basically.
Well, I kind of do. I mean, at the moment, I feel like Jeff Stelling. This is like Soccer Saturday. I'm getting results in from all. I just need Chris Kamara to come along and tell us that Kwarteng's finally got the chop.
Yes. Okay. Who's going to be Harry Redknapp?
I don't know. Who would be in the frame to replace him then?
I think one of your callers just then said, James, that they didn't think it was Rishi Sunak wouldn't take the job. And I'm not saying that Rishi Sunak would take the job. I don't think he will take the job. But what I would say is that you would expect it to be somebody from his camp who would be promoted to Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Because otherwise it's a doubling down even as they undertake a U-turn. It's a simultaneous U-turn and double down, which is unheard of. The
point is that Liz Truss, when she appointed her cabinet, as we've discussed previously, was of the opinion that she didn't want anybody who hadn't backed her campaign to be Prime Minister early doors to be part of her cabinet. The obvious casualty to, of course, mention with all of that was Grant Shapps, who was described by Liz Truss as being a good communicator, but, you know, it was impossible for him to keep his job as Transport Secretary. So Anne-Marie Trevelyan was put into that post. So, of course, as you say, things have changed significantly, and therefore you would, and Liz Truss's power has ebbed away.
I'm not. Hang on, forgive me. I am listening. I promise. But who are we putting on the list of possibles? Grant Shapps?
No.
Oh, I'm saying, Michael Green.
Okay, you want a name?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying. This is.
I'm no pressure, mate. No pressure. It's not a prediction. It's a speculation.
Things are moving quite quickly. So what I don't want to do is
Larry, the Downing Street cat.
No, somebody like Mel Stride.
Mel Stride, so chair of the Select Committee, the Treasury Select. He's had a very good game, hasn't he, over the last month?
And of course the campaign manager of Rishi Sunak. I'm not saying it's not an obvious name, and I'm just saying somebody of that ilk who comes from that part of the party.
This is nuts. It's nuts. I think you're probably right, is that she's going to have to hire someone who completely disagrees with the policy that she's just abandoned and did so publicly, or at least very obviously believed so in private. But how can she survive? We've done so well with our analogies this week. There is no analogy for this. It's a bit like...
Well, I'm sure
it's a bit like the fire brigade hiring an arsonist. No, it's a bit... No. It's the other way around. It's like the arsonist Liberation Front hiring the head of the fire brigade. That's all right. That works.
So if you imagine there's a boat that's sunk.
Right.
Can I try an analogy?
Yeah, let's do this. Remember what chair you're sitting in.
Yeah. So there's a boat that's sunk.
It's the throne of analogies that you're sitting in, the analogy throne.
There's a boat that's sunk,
Yes.
and it's in the middle of the Atlantic.
Right.
And Liz Truss is on a raft. She's on a raft. It's a piece of
Flotsam.
planks.
Flotsam.
Yeah, exactly.
She's on flotsam.
And she's on and she's safe.
Yes.
And up swims Kwasi Kwarteng. And he says, Liz Truss, please, I need to stay on. I want to get on the raft.
Yes.
I need to get on the raft. Please save me.
This is Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet at the end of Titanic, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
And Liz Truss is making the decision, James, that if she allows Kwasi Kwarteng onto the flotsam,
Right.
the flotsam is going to sink and they're both going to be goners. But if she lets Kwasi Kwarteng sink to the bottom of the deep, never to be seen again.
Yes.
Well, of course he's going to be seen again. He's just going to be on the back benches.
No, it's just an analogy. Don't worry.
But he sinks to the bottom of the deep.
Yes.
And Liz Truss stays on the flotsam.
Yes.
And of course it's in the middle of the Atlantic.
But someone else has to get on with her.
No.
Oh.
She'll survive.
Yeah, but she
So
needs
somebody
someone
else is going to come along, and Mel Stride's going to come on a different piece of flotsam. Maybe Mel Stride will come in a dinghy.
So there's two planks now.
But no,
yeah.
you're just being...
There's Liz
I
Truss
didn't
on
do
one
this to
plank.
you with Lamborghinis
There's Liz
and
Truss
Porsches.
on one plank and Mel Stride on the
I
other plank.
didn't do this to you with
Speaking of two
Lamborghini and
planks,
Porsches.
speaking of two planks, what's Nadine Dorries up to?
Oh, no, we're not doing the... This is unfair. She's... no, let me check. Sorry.
Memo to self, stop laughing at your own jokes. So, okay, I understand. So Kwarteng, we're pretty confident, has gone. The question of who will replace
I've been told
her.
by somebody else, a very well-placed source. So I'm just literally, as you're making jokes at my expense...
It's not making jokes at your expense. I'm embellishing your analogies.
As you're making jokes at my expense, I've just had another text from somebody who knows everything.
So we'll
about
get you
everything.
back on when it's
says
been
Kwarteng's
confirmed.
gone.
Okay, he's gone. So but that is still not actually coming out of Downing Street officially, but unofficially, the Chancellor. How many days was that, Theo, off the top of your head?
So the Chancellor was appointed on September the 6th, in the evening of September the 6th, because it was Monday. So that is, what's the date today? 14th. So that is a month and 8 days. So that's 30 plus 8, 38 days.